At the engagement ceremony, Lucas's old flame showed up without warning. My fiancé wrapped her in his arms and kissed her right in front of me, acting as though they'd never broken up. I'm sorry, Serena, but I can't lie to myself. No matter how hard you try, you'll never be her. The whole event turned into a laughingstock. But when he saw me take the arm of the most powerful man in Eastbrook, regret washed over his face. Serena, you love me, say you do. The man beside me chuckled and pulled me closer. Allow me to introduce your future little aunt. Before we go on, hit subscribe and tell us in the comments where you're tuning in from. Serena, what's taking so long? Do you even realize what day this is? Everyone's waiting. Lucas stalked into the dressing room, irritation written all over his face. I pointed at the sky blue gown lying on the table, completely confused. Lucas, I ordered the white sheath covered in micro diamonds. Why did they send this ugly thing? His eyes flickered. I just like blue better, so I swapped it. This one's prettier, try it on. Everything about the dress, cut to color, felt wrong. My mood bottomed out. Maybe I'll call the atelier myself and ask them to. Lucas's expression darkened. Serena, today's our engagement. Could you act like an adult for once? I pulled every string to persuade the one sterling who actually matters to show up, my uncle. Don't embarrass me. Besides, the gown's for my eyes. Who else is going to see it? I opened my mouth to argue, but he muttered under his breath, man, if Brianna were here, she'd never be this childish. A bitter wave rose in my throat. Brianna again. He measured me against her in everything. Because he liked it, I grew my hair into Brianna's straight, waist-length style. I forced myself to sound gentler, sit straighter, smile softer. I swallowed the bile and bottled the tears. He was right about one thing, today was our engagement, we couldn't quarrel over wardrobe. When I was ready, Lucas lacked his fingers through mine and led me onto the stage in front of friends and family. Confetti cannons popped, balloons drifted, and his buddies hooped. The MC boomed, let the ceremony begin. Then a fragile female voice drifted in from the entrance. Lucas, did I miss it? Instantly, the whistling stopped. When the crowd recognized her, chaos erupted. Brianna made it. Another minute and Lucas would have been stolen. Perfect timing, wow. I looked toward the door. There stood Brianna in the couture gown I'd spent 3 months refining with the designer, every bead, every layer of tulle plotted under my supervision. It was supposed to be on my body at this moment, not hers. My heart sank like a stone. No wonder Lucas had looked guilty. He'd known all along. I spun toward him. Lucas, care to explain? But he only had eyes for the woman running to him. They clung together on my stage, in front of every guest. A Hollywood reunion. Kiss her, true love wins. Yes. Lucas's long wait is over. And they did, right there, lips locked. I stood alone, bridal bouquet in hand, the miserable clown of my own engagement. You're disgusting. I hurled the flowers at their entwined heads. Lucas, if you didn't want this, you could have said so. Why turn our day into a circus? Brianna, desperate to be the other woman? I stormed over, grabbing a fistful of her skirt. Tell me, why is my dress on her body? Don't claim ignorance. Am I just a placeholder in your romance game? Lucas slapped my hand away, bored. It's only a dress. I'm swamped at the office, why would I fret over fashion details? One of his pals jumped in. Don't blame Lucas, he didn't know. We organized the surprise. He and Brianna belonged together. If you hadn't butted in, they'd never have split. They were rewriting history in real time. When I met Lucas, Brianna had dumped him and fled abroad. Now I was the homewrecker? I met Lucas's shifting gaze. Admit it, you knew everything. He couldn't hold my stare. Oh, Serena, I swear I didn't know she was back. Brianna slipped her hand into his. Serena, don't blame Lucas. Your friends mailed me the gown and begged me to come. He had no idea. I almost laughed in her face. Lucas, stop the innocent act. Only you knew the boutique sketches. Was I insurance in case your princess didn't show? You make me sick, both of you. Lucas's jaw clenched. Watch your mouth. We love each other, we got carried away. Don't be vulgar. You're nothing like the woman I thought you were. Brianna nestled closer and threw me a sugary smirk. Lucas didn't lie, see? He let you wear the ocean blue gown we picked for our own engagement. Doesn't that prove he valued you? The words hit like gasoline on fire. So even the color I wore was leftover from their cancelled promise. What the hell is Lucas planning? Getting all misty-eyed over some trinket from his old flame? Am I just Brianna's stand-in? Blood roaring in my ears, I slap him hard across the face. Scum. Liar. I'm winding up for round 2 when his buddies block me. Have a conscience, If Lucas hadn't dragged you out of that Chinatown shootout, you'd have been dead 8 centuries ago. Show some gratitude. Exactly. Brianna only turned on him because she mixed up who saved who. We're just setting the record straight. I suck in a lungful of air, reach up, and rip the congratulation banner off the wall. I stomp every last blessing into the carpet. When I'm done, I stare at Lucas with ice in my eyes. Sterling, I paid that life debt in full for 3 years. I swallowed every insult for your precious white moon, smiling through it all. To hell with gratitude, from this second on we're strangers on separate bridges and roads. I stride out of the glittering ballroom. Suddenly I can breathe again. For Lucas I played the perfect little doll so long I almost forgot the script. Now I get to be Serena again. Screw gratitude, screw love. I toss the whole mess over my shoulder. Still the same. Spitfire. A lazy, smoky voice drifts into my ear. I spin around and recognize him, Lucas's newly returned uncle, Adrien. A black Cayenne glides to the curb in front of me. The driver hops out and opens the rear door. After Adrien slides in, I dive after him before the driver can shut it. Meeting his curious gaze, I force a bright grin. Mind if I bum a ride? He doesn't budge, those unreadable eyes pin me down. Only then does yesterday's gossip come back to me. This uncle apparently runs empires overseas, ruthless and untouchable. I wet my lips and reach for the handle. Okay, he lets out another soft laugh. Sure. Wait, you're saying yes? I'm so startled I can't read him at all. I thought the guy ate people for breakfast? Could the rumors be wrong? That's when I catch the scent, pine and cedar, my favorite smell in the world. Once Adrien gives the word, the car glides away. He drops me at a different luxury hotel. He watches me walk inside, then orders his driver coldly, get a message to Brianna, the investment is dead. I don't know a soul in Riverdale. I only flew in for the engagement Lucas insisted on hosting here because the city meant something special. Now I know exactly what that something was. Back in my suite I down a tumbler of whiskey, pull the covers over my head, and sleep like the dead. I don't surface until my phone shrieks. Groggy, I answer and hear Lucas. Serena, open the door. I'm instantly awake. Shouldn't this cheat be cuddling Brianna right now? And he shows up with roses? I yank the door open to find Lucas on his knees, clutching a gigantic bouquet. Serena, for the love of God, let me explain, remember I took that bullet for you. I got played. My company was hemorrhaging cash. Brianna swore she could land a monster investment, so I stepped back in disgust. You crawled back to her for money? Then what was I? He grabs for my hem. I've always loved you. I was terrified you'd dump me if you knew I was broke. I had no choice, i.e. The box in his other hand, those are the limited edition heels I ordered for our engagement. The penny drops. You figured out who I really am. His shifting eyes confirm it. Seeing I'm not screaming, he scrambles up, grinning. Serena, you hit it well. If the courier hadn't arrived, I'd never have guessed you're the Vance heiress from Eastbrook. I snort and toss the shoebox aside like trash. So my new title upgrades me from disposable to collectible? He lifts both hands, swearing on his life. Serena, I swear it's real. I risked everything that night in Chinatown. One look at you and I was gone. I almost laugh in his face. Funny, all these years you screamed I'd never measure up to Brianna. Was I hallucinating? His face flushes crimson, he lunges and hugs me. Serena, please, one more chance. I screwed up. I'm prying him off when Brianna storms in. Serena, shameless much? Lucas dumped you and you still throw yourself at him, slut. She shrieks, lunges, and shoves me away. Don't fall for her lies. I checked, Eastbrook's Vance family has one daughter, middle-aged, and married. Serena's a fraud. Lucas hesitates, but he still pushes Brianna back. Brianna, we're done. I told you. Brianna spits venom at me. What poison did you feed him? I'll get that money, just don't listen to her. Lucas shakes his head. Investment has nothing to do with it. We've been over for 3 years. I love Serena. He shoves her into the hallway and slams the door. Then he turns to me like a dog expecting a treat. Serena, I was blind. The second you walked out, I felt hollow. I can't think of anyone but you. I'm here because my heart finally woke up, not for cash, not for your name. I watch the farce end, swing the door wide, and smirk. Leave on your own feet, or do I throw you out? Once the door shuts behind him, silence feels like heaven. How blind was I to date that parasite? Sometimes the guy who saved me and the guy groveling just now feel like 2 different species. I shake it he's just another jerk. Too tired to dig deeper, I head to the hotel bar for a reset. 3 drinks in, my head starts spinning. On my way out, I miss Brianna's poisonous glare trailing me. I stumble to my floor, but the key card blinks red, the door stays locked. I slide down the wall and sit, ocean blue gown puddling around me, the bullet scar on my thigh peeking through the silk. 3 years ago, I was passing through Chinatown in North America when I was ambushed. A bullet punched straight through my thigh. I dragged myself into an alley, only to run into more attackers. Just before I blacked out, an Asian man hauled me up and ran, pine and cedar rising off his skin. Right before I lost consciousness, he took a bullet in the back to shield me. Hot blood spattered across my face. It blurred everything I saw. I didn't wake up in the hospital until 2 weeks later. Someone told me my rescuer's name was Lucas. 6 months afterward, I discharged myself and flew home to find him. When I finally tracked Lucas down, it happened to be the week his girlfriend dumped him. His buddies were terrified he'd do something stupid. I volunteered to stay by his side, day and night. Time slipped by, and one night Lucas begged me to be his girlfriend. He half joked, "Serena, didn't you say you wanted to repay me? Then be my girl." They say the fastest cure for a breakup is a brand new romance. My head felt stuffed with cotton, I couldn't stop dozing off. Something's wrong. This fog isn't normal. I forced my eyes open and inched along the wall toward the elevator. 2 men in black burst through the fire door, hooked an arm under mine, and hauled me toward the dark end of the corridor. I tried to fight, but the drug turned my muscles to water. A silhouette flashed in from the side, kicking both men to the floor. My brain was mush, yet the scene felt like déjà vu. "You little troublemaker, you never make anything easy," he chuckled, lifting me bridal style. The line detonated like lightning. Inside me. The ambush 3 years ago flooded back. An impossible suspicion surfaced. I fought the heat and the haze, fisted his collar, and rasped, "You're the one who saved me back then?" I don't remember if Adrien answered. Only that I sank into a long, formless dark. A slap of cold snapped me awake. I was in a bathtub, Adrien lowering me into ice water. The chill scraped the fog off my brain. His chiseled face was streaked with crimson kisses. The shade was unmistakable, Martin Scarlet, the lipstick the makeup artist had painted on me. "You're awake, how do you feel?" he asked the instant my lashes lifted. "Someone drugged you." His eyes were bloodshot, voice even hoarser than mine. A crazy thought popped up, he's worried about me? "Thank you," I managed. He tore the foil off an energy tonic and held it to my lips. "Drink. It'll steady you. The doctor's already been, he gave you an injection and told me if you weren't conscious in 3 hours to dunk you in ice. Lucky, you opened your eyes." The liquid warmed my limbs, but the drug still pulsed, fiercer by the minute. A memory slammed into me. I grabbed the collar of his shirt and yanked, buttons ricocheted off the tile. "Don't," Adrien caught my wrists, fighting to steady me. "Hold still, little one. You've been hit with a heavy." I bolted upright in the tub before he could finish. Soaking wet, I slid my hand straight inside his unbuttoned shirt, searching. The moment my fingertips found the bullet scar under his ribs, my control snapped. I fisted his collar again and jerked him until we were nose to nose. "Why? You're the one who carried me out that night." Tears blurred everything. I didn't bother wiping them away, I glared straight at him. He gave a soft, almost amused hum. "Yeah." That single word cracked my heart. "Then why lie? Why let your worthless nephew take the credit?" I flew back, hunted him down, threw myself at him. The drug magnified every feeling, outrage spilled out in hiccuping sobs. Shock flash. Head across Adrien's face first, then a raw, bitter regret. "I didn't know. I'm sorry. I'll fix this." I sobbed harder. "Do you have any idea how hard I looked?" "The hospital said Lucas, so I quit my commission and flew home. They told me it was Lucas." I could barely breathe. "I don't want your fix, I don't want anything." Adrien's jaw clenched, fury blazing in every syllable. "How dare they?" I hiccuped on. 3 years I stayed with that jerk just to repay a debt. I nearly lost myself, and it was all for nothing. It was never him. "You let me believe a lie, you bastard, why didn't you come find me?" Tears kept falling, I couldn't stop. I was so busy crying I didn't notice Adrien haul me against his chest. "Adrien, help me, please, I feel like I'm dying." The words tore out of me. "Adrien, I want you." "Yes." His answer rumbled above me as he lifted me out of the water and carried me back to the bedroom. He pressed his lips to my ear, breath hot against my skin. "Little one, do you know I've been searching for you too?" The second Lucas posted your engagement photo in the family chat, I realized what I was about to lose. My heart hammered so hard I thought it would leap free. He'd looked for me. He'd been afraid of losing me. Serena. Cece, my girl. I'm sorry I'm late. When the drug finally burned out, I lay limp in his arms. In the dim room we held each other, his heart slammed against my palm. I traced the bullet scar on his chest. My first time and I had to be the one to jump you, unbelievable. When I find who drugged me, they're finished. Adrien brushed a kiss to my cheek, voice lethal. Don't worry, my people are already on it. Part of me was even grateful to the bastard who'd slipped me the pill. Without it, Adrien and I might have missed each other again. I slept until noon. When I woke, Adrien had a gown waiting. Come home with me. I blinked, still drowsy. Who's home? He tapped the tip of my nose. Sterling. Family banquet tonight. That snapped me awake. Family B. Banquet? Wait, Sterling family banquet, and I'm supposed to show up? We'd only gotten together last night, even rockets don't move at this speed. I'm not going. I'm an outsider. I dived back under the comforter. Seriously, after the drama with Lucas, now I'm hopping into bed with his uncle and waltzing into the lion's den? You're not an outsider. Adrien peeled the blanket away and touched his forehead to mine. We'll pick up the marriage license first. After that, you're Sterling. This time my jaw dropped for real. I jackknifed upright, eyes wide. You're serious? Last night. Adrien studied me, the morning light washing over the planes of his face so brightly I almost lost my train of thought. Silly girl, I hunted for you for 3 straight years. I'm not letting you slip away again. Night fell. Adrien had a sudden fire to put out. He said he'd be gone 15 minutes. I parked myself in a shadowy corner of the banquet room, nibbling petit fours while I waited. A flick of my eyes, and there were Lucas and Brianna gliding in arm. Yesterday they'd been stabbing each other in the back in front of me, and tonight they're glued together again? A born scoundrel and a fake angel, perfect cellmates. May they stay handcuffed for life. Lucky for me my corner was dim, they never spotted me. Lucas, relax, the investors are locked in. Their team flies in next week to sign. Brie, I'm sorry I doubted you. See? I told you Serena engineered the whole misunderstanding so you'd think she's some blue-blooded heiress. Thank God I pulled strings. Turns out the Vances have only one daughter, nobody's ever heard of a second. They were standing close enough for me to hear every poisonous word. I was bored, and grateful I'd seen through the rat early. I spun to leave, but Brianna's voice nailed me from behind. Serena? What are you doing here? Can't take a hint? You actually crashed the Sterling's family banquet? Shameless much? Just because Lucas once fished you OU. T of a river doesn't give you lifetime squatting rights on him. Lucas clocked me, pulled her tighter, and drawled, Serena, you're not getting any younger. Start making grown-up plans. He was still smarting because I'd refused to play nice at the hotel. I didn't have the energy to wrestle with pigs. If a dog bites you, you don't bite back. But his buddies wouldn't let it go. No wonder Lucas dumped her, total clinger. Yeah, trailing him here? That's Teflon level skin. Hot bod, though. If you're done, Lucas, toss her my way, heh. Brianna giggled, even a tree needs bark. A thick hide alone won't cut it, try some dignity. The catcalls rose, and I was narrowing my eyes, gearing up to shred them, when a cool hand slipped into mine. A calm voice sliced through the racket, what's going on? I turned, met Adrien's gaze, and smiled. Lucas gaped, his stare drilling into our joined hands. Uncle, what is this? Adrien tucked me against him. Allow me, this is my legal wife, your aunt. Silence detonated, so total you could almost hear the chandeliers hum. Then gasps ricocheted around the room. Lucas's face went green. You're married? One of Adrien's men blurted, Vance, it really is you. I blinked. He hurried on, I was your brother's college roommate. I visited when you were little. Reading the blank stares, he added, Eastbrook knows the Vances have 2 daughters. The younger one's been overseas for years, no surprise people don't recognize Serena. Even Adrien lifted an eyebrow, folding his hands in mock formality. So I've married above myself, how flattering. I snorted at his clowning and let him pull me close again. Lucas stammered, Serena, you're really. His flip-flops were giving whiplash. Serena, Adrien froze him with a winterstorm look. Just then the Sterling patriarch and half the board hurried over. Adrien, you're axing Second Branch's entire portfolio? Did they offend you? Adrien flicked a lazy glance at Lucas. Parasites don't deserve Sterling. Oxygen. Cut them off. Lucas's blood drained, he dropped to his knees. Uncle, I was wrong. Give me one more shot. I let lust fog my brain. I borrowed your name, Uncle. I swear Serena and I never. She's intact, untouched. Believe me, I've always been loyal. I couldn't stomach any more. Lucas, you're terrified I'll check for the bullet scar, because once that chest comes up clean, the game's over. I've seen Shameless, but you dig new basements. Adrien bent slightly and murmured, when you slipped the drug into her drink last night, did you picture this encore? Lucas's eyes ballooned, complexion ash. Guards in black hauled him up. Lucas thrashed, grabbing Brianna like a raft. Uncle. Aunt. It was her, Brianna's brainchild. I'm innocent. Brianna shrieked, no. He forced me. They clawed at each other all the way down the hall until the elevator swallowed them. Only then did it click, those two had drugged me. If fate hadn't parked Adrien outside that suite. I don't want to imagine the rest. Adrien already held controlling equity, the family dared not breathe against him. A month later we threw the wedding Riverdale will gossip about for decades, the Vance heiress and the Sterling overlord, a fairy tale merger. One afternoon I overheard staff chatter. Adrien had shipped the pair to the remote penal island where the worst felons work off their sins. Maybe the lovebirds will hoe the same row and thank Adrien for sparing their necks. By the time our second baby started teething, news arrived. Lucas had gone mad, thrown Brianna to the sharks, and was later tortured to death by second branch rivals. My pulse didn't flicker. Garbage is garbage, it doesn't get my tears. Adrien and I were too busy juggling two toddlers on our world cruise to care. Sunset drenched the sky, gilding our little tribe in peach gold. Days are gentle, life is full. Thank you for staying to the end. If you liked the story, hit like, share it with a friend, drop us a comment. See you next time for more.